Welcome back, and today is 14th of October. We are on a Friday, TGIF, and time check. Right now it's 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10:30 p.m. Singapore Asia Time. Welcome back. Really good to be on a Friday because I'm already looking forward to Saturday and Sunday. And tomorrow I'm really packed. Got a whole bunch of schedule lined up over the weekend to play my role as a father. And how about you? How's your weekend tomorrow on Saturday and Sunday? And I hope you're gonna rest well and play hard. And this is what we are in for TGIF. Welcome back, and good to see everybody here tuning online. Really happy to see you joining us. And let me just fire away the first live chat. Welcome back. Okay, paying my greetings to Catherine, to Wilson. Who else is joining us here today? Really happy to see all of you. I see CP, Jeffrey, and Kelvin, Kinip, Adeline. Wow, so many of you online. Today, today we're gonna start off by sharing what we're gonna have for supper because I'm all getting ready to sleep early. I gotta wake up about 6 a.m. in the morning and play my role to fetch my little boy to Woodland. After more than 2.5 years of lockdown, he's taking part in the first dance competition in Singapore. And it's pretty formal, for us as the parents, we got to check the app, follow the schedule, know his number as a competitor, and make sure he doesn't disappear in the toilet when he's ready to dance in the competition. So, kind of busy day for me tomorrow. So, let's share our supper for tonight. And I got right now like so many bottles of this at home. Can you see this? Wow, this is like the kind of like they call it the mon milk and call it the yoic. And I was sharing with my students yesterday that I bought so many bottles of this. I think it's a good buy. It's only like $1 for 6 bottles. All right. So if you those of you who want to join me, you can simply go to my TikTok account and get it for $1. Let me see how should I do this. Let me see. Maybe I can do this like this. Hang on a minute. All right, let me see how I can do this really nice, and you can take advantage of this really nice offer. And where is it now? Uh-oh. Kind of lost for my image. Okay, so it's kind of something like this. And here we go. Ding. That's the QR code. You can scan it, and once you scan it, you're going to arrive at my TikTok video, and that's where you can get it for like $1 for 6 bottles. Now I'm going to combine this drink that I'm going to have for supper plus this very interesting another product that I love a lot. Not too sure you guys can see it. Let me see, capture the zoom. Oh, that's good. So I'm gonna mix my Meiji and my Yoic together. One is a yogurt, one is a milk. And tonight I'm all about milk, all right? Seriously, I'm all about milk. So I'm gonna have these two in combination with these other two. And that will be my supper, and I'll be ready to go to bed. So how about this? Oops. Ah, there you go. How many of you are having cheese for supper? Okay. So I'm going to have 4 items here ready to load up before I go to bed. And I hope you guys are all ready for supper as well. And I want to attempt to sleep early. And while I was going through my stuff, I realized that in the past before the pandemic, I used to fly like almost every month, right? And one of the things is when you're up there in the plane, you start buying all kinds of fanciful stuff. And one of the things I just found in my drawer was this thing called the sleep watch. How many of you can see the sleep watch? This is called the sleep watch. Let me see. Maybe I do it like that. Oops. Not too sure. Can you see clearly or not? All right. This is called a sleep watch. All right. And supposedly, once you wear it, it will put you to sleep. So I found it in my drawer. I say, hey, because I used to wear this when I was, traveling on flights. Typically on a plane, it's quite difficult to sleep, and I bought this thing. So while I'm on the plane, I'll wear it and put myself to sleep. And then I found it in the drawer. I say, wow, this is really suitable for getting ready for tomorrow. So quite a lot of fanciful things going on right here. And we are getting ready for the weekends. So how's everybody? I think yesterday we have a kind of a disappointing inflation data, but the market rallied in a very, very strange way. The market dropped and then rallied back. And today the market is kind of flat. Why? Because everybody exhausted from the adrenaline build up to the CPI data on Thursday. Friday, the traders are just saying, oh, we need a break. And most of them are off to Vegas or off to golf clubs and all that. And they are not trading. They just need a break. The adrenaline is too intense already. All right. So that explains why yesterday there was a last part of the closing trade. There was a rebound, and today is flat out because really traders out there are really flat out, burn out with the adrenaline rush, and they are just getting ready for the weekend. All right. So we have kind of quite a number of companies announcing, especially banking stocks today. And I want to recap on this very important game. So get ready, the most important article for the day for yourself, and let's see if there's a match, all right? So let me do it right now. Here we go. Before I show you the most important article of the day, I want to unveil to you the results of Citigroup. And check this out. Here we go. Bang. Okay, so this is Citigroup. And let me just get this ready over here. Okay, a little bit bigger. Okay, just nice, all right? Citigroup reports 25% decline in third quarter profits, but tops revenue expectation, all right? So you see a result like this, don't panic. Just be very, very chill about it, okay? You can read all the thing about the numbers and good and bad and what is most important. Go straight to the chart. And let me refresh my chart so that you're really looking at the latest right now. So again, we make sure we zoom out. Bottom left, 2020. And then bottom right, this is what we're going to see at the bottom right, this part here. Look at this bounce yesterday. All right, yesterday versus today. And let me zoom it in right here. Zoom. All right. It has kind of a bounce up. Really, really nice because right now is trading at $43.67, bouncing up 1.68%. So we had a great class yesterday that kind of explained, I think for you to get $40 per share on Citigroup, it is a miracle because the lowest was 40.01. So if you can get it at $40, it's super dirt cheap, way cheaper than whatever Warren Buffett paid $3 billion for. And it is still trading at a level that is below that very big spike right here. There was a big volume spike right here. And then if we draw the line right across it, ding, it is still trading below that line up there. So you are getting it at a dirt cheap price compared to the big insider who move in really, really big to snap up this guy right there, right? So that's how we study it, and I kind of like this play very, very much, okay? So all stable and good for Citigroup. Wow, Andy got it at 40.2. Andy is the extreme value investor. Congratulations, Andy. You got a really nice cheap price, all right? Just hold on to it, and because from this point onwards, you can start to do average up. Or you don't do anything about it, you got a really nice low price. And typically for those of you who are sitting on profits, you can do two things. One is to put a trill limit, kind of trill it up and protect your break-even price, or you can do average up because it's so cheap already. It is really fantastic for you to deploy that, all right? So we are done on our review of Citigroup. Right now, I'm going to show you the most important article of today. And that will set us up for a really nice, beautiful play right here. And let me just make sure I got it. Oops. Hang on a minute. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We are right now looking at this very important article. And let me read out to you. Loop Capital says, buy Micron Technology as the semiconductor down cycle nears a bottom. All right. So before we dive into the article, just take a look at the chart first. All right. And you look at the chart, it's like no different from Citigroup also. Because I can easily draw a nice horizontal line. And this is like a really nice, perfect horizontal line, which they are defending with all their life. That's $50 per share for Micron. I don't see how it can get even worse than as compared to back in the times when we were in the start of the pandemic, March 2020. Those were the only period that it was trading below $50, and straight away you have to go up. So you can consider this again. They hit the down cycle bottom, just like back then they hit the down cycle bottom. And once you hit the bottom, there is only one more room for it to move, and that is it has to start moving up. Once the demand kicks in, then it goes all the way to about $100. So this is a game that if you look at it, you attempt to buy at $50, you are looking at an upside of 100%. For $50 to $100 is 100% return. How long it takes, then we might want to calculate this portion right here. Okay, how long it takes, and look at the bottom. October to April, that will be like 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 months. That was a 6 months delivery of 100% profit return in 6 months period. That's what we are looking at. So, the moment I teach you guys how to draw my red boxes and the arrows, and you follow this from logical sequential thinking, it is very easy to understand about investing. Now, until today, I read an interesting article that the new generation of the millennials, they are all avoiding the stock market. And I kind of scratch my head. If you avoid the stock market, where else would you park your money? Right? So before June this year, they were all trading cryptos, millionaires overnight. And today, most of them have returned back to their original state. They lost their status as a millionaire. I can tell you for sure. Right? Because they were fast and furious. They didn't really gone through a first hit in their life, or what we call a severe drop in the market. So those who never gone through it, they will be trading all out, leverage, margin trading, perpetuals, and whatever language that you call it, all of them back to zero. All right. So if that generation, which I'm referring to, the millennials, you are avoiding the stock market, you are making a major suicidal mistake. This is an instrument with more than 200 years history. It is a proven product. Regardless whether what generation, whether you are even belonging to my children's generation, Gen Z, you have to touch the foundation of stock market. You cannot run away from it. It's the foundation of wealth. All right. Now, if you say you want to touch all other instruments and just refuse to touch stock market, let me tell you straight on, you don't understand wealth. You don't understand money. Because why? All the great businesses, all the great companies out there, they are public listed, trading on New York Stock Exchange, trading on NASDAQ. How can you possibly avoid them? Even companies like Coinbase and Robinhood, they have to go public listed on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. They cannot avoid the stock market, no matter what beautiful picture that you're painting about them. So, I hope there are sound editors out there who will really expound on the merits of a 200-year-old product called a stock market, before my books get launched. And once my book is launched in April 2023, then I'll highly recommend you go out there and read my book. Why? Understanding the Wealth Trilogy is so, so, so important. So I'm also very excited. Yesterday, the team of editors I work with came back with the book design. I'm very, very happy about it, and I'll be unveiling it for the first time at the live event on 4th November at Capital Tower. All right, so you're going to see the book cover live for the first time. I'm really, really excited about it. And but there's a lot of work going behind the scenes just to make sure I document the concept of Wealth Trilogy, the concept of the three instruments: stocks, options, and cryptos. And of course, options has always been the core of my love. I was just chatting with someone from the option exchange, and I pull this off, and the moment I showed it, it's kind of shocked the guy completely beyond his his imagination. I hold this pass on uh, on the Chicago Board Option Exchange. That is my ticker symbol. CLM. All right. So he said, "What? You got that?" Yes, I got it, man. I was still back in the open outcry system back then, and I was walking around on the exchange with this tag. Security was very, very tight, and in fact, right now to have, I'm not too sure they still practice this or not, but the moment you show something like this means you are among the pioneer batch of options traders. So I was trained at Chicago Board Option Exchange. That was my first love, simply because this is an instrument that gave the founders a Nobel Prize in economics, and that's known as the Black-Scholes formula. So in love with it until today, and while I'm talking about it, looks like after 22 years, there's a circling back to my first love, where we are looking at a humongous opportunity in 2023. I hope to share with you in due time to come. But hey, today we are on day 92 of our 100-day stock market inspiration. I got 8 more days, and I'll be completing this series of the 100-day stock market inspiration. And then I'm rethinking what is the new series I want to launch. All right. So for those of you who have been with me for 100 days nonstop, I mean, there was only like a few breaks in between. I was consistent 7 days a week. Every night, I just firing off the videos, and even when I was in Boston. So thank you very much for your support. But the new series that I'm coming out with is going to be even more exciting. And I just want to make sure I'm very fruitful and productive with the time I spend on creating what we call powerful videos of wisdom. And I want to make sure I deliver this value to you. So today, what is the big takeaway? Number one, we are post the dramatic inflation data of yesterday. Inflation kind of dropped like 0.1%, 8.2%, and that kind of sealed the fate of the November's interest rate hike. Wall Street, more than 95% predicted that it will be a 75 basis point. I think that is a granted. So we're going to hit 3.75% in December collective interest. And by the time we hit in November, by the time we hit December, I think that's another 75. We're going to hit 4.5%, which I hope is the terminal rate and don't go up anymore. I just read some reports this morning. Some of them are pushing for 5.25%. All right. So they are not satisfied with 4.5%. They want another 1.25%, and 5.25, that will be they need another 75 basis point from 4.5% to hit 5.25. So 3 consecutive strikes of 75 basis points. That is holy mama. All right. So it all depends. It really all depends on the inflation data. So I was very comforted last night. I stayed late. I watched Professor Jeremy Seguin from Wharton School, UPenn, University of Pennsylvania, Wharton Business School. and he was kind of berating the jokers from FOMC, or you call it the Fed commissioners. He said they are all reading the data wrong. This time round, I think he believes that inflation has already bottomed. It's just that the data is lagging behind. And that's the reason why he got very, very upset again yesterday on live CNBC. I urge you go and watch the video from Professor Jeremy Siegel, and it's really a great takeaway. Someone who is so learned, dedicated his whole life studying the stock market. And on this note, I want to touch on one point. Sometimes, I shared about Professor Jeremy Siegel among my classmates in Harvard Business School. And one of them very rudely commented that those who can't do, teach. And he was referring to Professor Jeremy Siegel. And I didn't want to start a war with that guy. And, I was thinking, then why the hell you come to learn at Harvard Business School? Because all the professors are just tenured professors. Does it mean just because they teach, that means they don't do well? So that's a very sick feeling. And, it's so sick to the core. It's just, I don't even want to pick a fight with him. I just write him off in my mind. The moment you have that kind of arrogance and you think that somebody from the university, you cannot learn from him anymore, you are dead meat. No matter how influential, how rich, bloody you are, you will fall one day because you don't love wisdom. And that's my message to those of you who ridicule learned professors from the universities and who dedicated their life pursuing knowledge so that they can transfer and contribute to the body of knowledge. And if you write them off, you are the worst scum on earth because you don't love knowledge and you're not humble to learn wisdom. And that's my message. So there is a reason why CNBC is always inviting Professor Jeremy Siegel back on air. Among all the professors out there, there's a reason why they wanted him, not from MIT, not from Harvard, not from Stanford, but from Wharton. All right? Then there was another comment that, CNBC is pro-Wharton. No, I don't think that is the case. Just because someone appears regularly on the TV does not mean the channel is biased towards a certain university. More importantly to me, I think the TV channel loves the wisdom or the insight that the professor provides to the audience. I think that's what counts. All right? So quite a lot of things I can share. And sometimes, I'm so glad that I have this channel to voice out my fair voice and let you decide, open-minded, open eyes, transparent, and you think about all these things I share, whether it makes sense or not. All right. So I'll end off with this passage from the Bible. And I'm not quoting directly the exact verse, but I'll describe to you. And how it works is this. Maybe I should leave this for the next video. Tonight is too intense for that. I need to sleep early. I think I leave it for the next video. I'll share with you about the verse of wisdom. And let's talk about it tomorrow. All right. So that's it for today. Really relax. And before we sign off, I'm gonna have my my milk. This is my milk. And I'm gonna have my yogurt. So I got milk and my yogurt. And then I'm gonna have my little my cheese. Oops. My cheese and my cheese. I got 2 cheese here. So I'm gonna finish these 4 products here. And I think I'll be sleeping very, very well tonight. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I really appreciate you coming back to watch the YouTube live stream. Thank you, and may God bless you. Let's share what we've done over the weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Goodbye.